Hi. So in the first part of Module 1.6, we talked about the fact that the rules for multiplying and dividing real numbers are the same. When you multiply or divide numbers that have the same sign, positive times a negative times a negative, or even division, when the signs are the same, the answer that you get is a positive. When you multiply or divide numbers that have different signs, a positive times a negative, or division, a positive divided by a negative, the answer that you get is negative. So now let's do some examples to prove that. We have division negative 4.5 divided by positive 0.3. So we're going to write it down. And when you write it down, the number on the left goes in the house. We call the division symbol a house in layman's terms. So this one goes inside. And this number is your divisor, and it goes outside. So the 0.3 goes on the outside, the negative 4.5 goes on the inside, and then we're going to do division. So when you're dividing by decimals, remember that you have to divide by a whole number on the outside. So to make a whole number, we multiply by 1 power of 10 because there is one number behind the decimal place, and the number 10 has 1 0. So if you multiply by a power of 10 on the outside, you have to do the same thing to the inside to keep it equal. So now if I were to rewrite this problem one more time, I would have the whole number 3 divided into the whole number negative 45. Okay? No more decimals needed. Now I'm going to do my division. So 3 divides into 4 one time. 3 times 1 is 3. So that makes 1. Bring down the 5. And 3 divides into 15 5 times. And that leaves nothing left over. So 3 divides into 45 15 times. And because they had different signs, the answer that you get is going to be negative. So our answer is negative 15. The next one we're going to do are fractions. When you're doing fractions for division, the song says, dividing fractions easy as pie, flip the second and multiply. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to write the first one down, negative 24 over 5. You're going to change division to multiplication. And we're going to take the second fraction and we're going to flip it because that's the reciprocal. Reciprocal means to take a fraction and flip it over. Okay, now we're going to reduce. In the previous modules I said do top times top, bottom times bottom, and reduce second. But if you look at these numbers, do you really want to multiply 24 times 25? No. Since you have numbers that can divide into 25 and a number that can divide into 24, we want to get those as low as possible before we multiply across, just to make things easier. So 6 and 24 can be divided by the same number, which would be 6. So 6 divides into 6 one time. 6 divides into 24 4 times. 5 divides into 5 one time. 5 divides into 25 5 times. Now the numbers are so much smaller to deal with, it's easy to multiply top times top and bottom times bottom. So when I do that, I have 4 times 5, which is 20. On the bottom, I have 1 times 1, which is 1. Now, do we really write 20 divided by 1? Well, no, because 1 is understood. So we can just write the number 20 for our answer. And because we did a negative divided by a negative, and we flipped it, it's still a negative times a negative. So our answer is a positive 20. And if you want to put the little positive, the little plus sign to remind yourself, that's fine. But you are not required to do that. It's understood. Okay, the last one we're going to do are plain Jane numbers. We have the number 36 divided by the number -4. Now this division sign right here, this fraction bar, is another way to write division. That's why it's written as a fraction. It really means division. So we have 36 divided by -4. Well, 36 divided by 4 is 9. And because the signs are different, our answer is a -9. All right, so that covers all of Module 1. I'll see you back for starting Module 2.